Well, fine. So, as usual, we are starting our practicing session. I will read out a passage. You have to understand the passage properly, and after finishing my reading, you will have to make a suitable title and you have to summarize the passage. And what could be the appropriate alternative titles of the passage? You have to make sure. Well, so I'm starting. Okay.
Yes.
The title of the passage is Professional Credentials Advice for Immigrants. As an immigrant to North America, you'll need to ensure that employers and organizations such as colleges and universities properly recognize your international credentials. These may be trade certificates, but also educational qualifications such as degrees or diplomas that you have completed or partially completed. It is common for hiring personnel to have little or no training in evaluating an academic background earned outside of North America. But at the same time, employers see formal education as very important when hiring. Education is a hiring requirement for 60% of employment opportunities, but 40% of human resources staff say that if they do not know a lot about the value of documents attained elsewhere, they will not recognize them. Research has shown that sometimes immigrants start with a lower salary level than people who have completed their training in North America. You may want to apply for employment opportunities with companies whose staff understands your situation, or more importantly, who know where to send you to get your North American qualifications. If you need to complete your training in North America, apprenticeships leading to skilled trades are in high demand. Apprenticeships training is a hands-on program. Apprenticeships means learning and training. Training is a hands-on program where about 10% is in a classroom setting at community colleges, and 90% of the training is on the job. The training involves working for an employer and earning income during the training period. Sometimes there is a limit of 5 years for training. You may be able to use this training toward college or university credits or education. There is a good potential for long-term job security after completion of apprenticeship training. If you earned your papers outside of North America, you'll need to get them translated if you want to work or study. It is important for you that your education is assessed by an accredited assessment service when you are applying for jobs, and particularly if the job posting has an education requirement. As well, it is recommended that you include a copy of the report with your cover letter. It is suggested that you provide this information early and do not wait until the time you actually meet with the employer. Getting job interviews is more than 50% of the whole process of securing employment, and with an evaluation report, you want to make sure that employers are screening you in rather than out. Establishing yourself in North America is a difficult process, but companies do consider integrating immigrants into the workforce important to workplace mosaic. Employers are making significant progress in improving diversity at work. Basically, this passage is telling about the immigrant process and qualifications of persons that USA is deciding to whom they will select for permitting to take an entry of their country, and as well as their domestic students who are doing their courses and graduations, post graduations in vocational learning or colleges, and many cases, majority of the students may have some study gap. Then these students, how they are getting their jobs and what is their present value in their job environment. So totally this passage is telling about the job fight scenario and the immigrant process in their country. So this is totally based on US. In Bangladesh perspective, this is also happening nowadays. Bangladesh has been tasked the great line of being the developing countries. Okay. So we have achieved a new image in front of the global people. So thing is that nowadays we are also getting some foreign people. They are showing their interest to invest in our country, and in many cases some foreign people, they are also searching jobs in our country because some technical big projects is running, and some nuclear power plant is also opening. So all those things altogether, we can say Bangladesh is a very potential country. So we have to also think about like USA is thinking. So trade courses and vocational learnings, all things we need. So you are a very expert person, for several years you are working in these cases, in this sector. So our audience want to know some valuable information from you, Mr. Faculty.
Thank you. I think dear audiences who are enjoying this program, I